Hey guys, what's up? Ruben here from the Midnight Garage. So today we are going to replace a fuel filter, and I got a nice new fuel filter from Fram, and that's the one that I'm going to put in this Honda Civic right behind me. The car had been parked for I think 12 years before I bought it, so I definitely think that the fuel filter is due to be replaced. And also I started the car last week and I noticed some fuel related issues. So I think it's definitely a great idea to replace the fuel filter. As long as the car's parked up, it doesn't really matter, but this car should be driving ASAP again. So that's why we're going to do this. I'm doing this on an EF, by the way, but the EG, EK, etc. method is, well, 99% the same. So what's in the box? First up, the fuel filter and some copper washers when we put everything back together. Well, it looks like the people at Fram made my job real easy, because look what they've written on it. For disassembling fuel piping, loosen slowly the surface bolt above the filter to relieve the fuel pressure before disassembly. Very nice, very nice. Also, from a distance, the fuel filter looks a bit like Smiley. Do with that information what you like. So if you want to know where the fuel filter is in a stock engine bay, well, it's here in the back. Fortunately, this bay is wire tucked, so that makes our job a whole lot easier. Alright guys, since that we're working on the fuel system, it's highly recommended to remove the negative lead of the battery, just for the off chance that something does go wrong. So I've put a towel around the fuel filter so that any spillage can be cleaned up very quickly. And now we're going to start with the surface bolt, which is this small little bolt that you can see on top of here. We're going to remove it. Now, I haven't driven this car in ages, so I don't think it has any pressure yet, but we'll see. Nope, no pressure here. But if you're daily driving your car, you should definitely see a lot of pressure releasing if you loosen this bolt. Now we are going to loosen the two banjo bolts. This one can be done with a 17mm wrench, and this one can be done with a 17mm socket. Okay, everything's loose. I didn't really expect that since the car was parked for 12 years, but that's nice. Now, if everything's stuck, you could, for example, use a screwdriver as a wedge to loosen everything up. Now we need to loosen the 10mm bolt right here. Old versus new. Now, I must say that the old fuel filter doesn't look too bad at first glance, but it's a good thing that we're going to replace it anyways. And now we're going to put the fuel lines back, and we're going to use the new copper washers. If you don't have any copper washers provided with the kit, then be sure to buy them anyways, because if you don't do that, then there's a chance of leaking. And if there's a chance of leaking, you might have to redo everything at best, or your whole car might burn down at worst. So be sure to replace these for new ones. And there you have it, one replaced fuel filter. But one thing I still want to say, if you have a later model Honda, like for example this EG from Case, then you will have a fitting like this next to a banjo bolt as well. This one can be loosened with a brake line wrench. Do not use a regular open wrench, because then you will mess it up and then it will be a very nasty problem to fix. So don't do that, just invest in a brake line wrench and you should be fine. Alright guys, that's it for today. I hope you liked it. Leave a like if you did and hit the subscribe button if you want to see more how-tos like this, and then hopefully we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!